ever stop giving? Give.
Listen, that's what we're here for. It's the solstice season, so come December 23, the giveaways stop. Okay, because that's when the solstice season is over. That's when Giveaway Steve and Kyle pack their stuff up and go home as well.
At Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, if you want to win that abomination of a movie that you talked about earlier.
Bite your tongue. This is a giveaway with a very nice company who's being generous. Steve does not speak for the Steve and Kyle podcast.
Yes, he does. Goodbye.
Pull your car over, because what I'm about to tell you is going to have you sprinting to our social media. An ancient order of expert jiu-jitsu fighters face their ultimate match. What we're talking about is Nicolas Cage fighting off aliens.
You still as excited about that this week as you were last week?
Yeah, I'm having some regrets that I'm giving away all 5 of these digital codes from our friends at whatever company I don't remember the name of, Steve.
Hollywood Movie Co.
Hollywood Movie Co. digitalcode.com. I wish that we had decided to give away 4 so that I could keep one of the codes for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, but alas, all we do, like we said, all we do is give.
That's right. And I have not messaged those winners yet. That'll be coming. Mm-hmm. Maybe by the time this episode is out, maybe not. It will be very, very soon, obviously, with the holidays, Steve, and the solstice. Everything.
Happy solstice, everybody.
I can't believe it's finally here. It's the day we look forward to.
Day we look forward to for 364 other days throughout the year.
Yep.
It is Monday, December 21st, 2020, the year of our Lord. It's a Steve and Kyle podcast. Monday, December 21st, in my book, most important day on the calendar.
Now, I know where you were. Did you... maybe not, Steve, because you don't have to be in there as early anymore to the side gig. Are you in there at 5?
Oh, yeah. Hey, look at that. I mean, the song's so nice you play it twice.
I can't laugh like that.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, very serious episode.
It hurts my sternum.
You still got that boo-boo?
Yeah, the boo-boo is still there, Steve.
Okay.
Yeah, the boo-boo is still there. So you're in studio.
I am.
Is anybody else? Because as we talked about the tax bracket issue,
sure, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're rolling in 5:58.
Well, normally the chopper lands on the roof at about 5:55.
Okay, so that's when you have to make sure any outside audio is pulled down because obviously the chopper blades can interfere and you don't want that to go over the air.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
So they all roll in closer to 6.
Yeah.
So at 5:02 this morning, when it was the official solstice.
I think I was there. If not, I was. I might have been. I'm usually there right around that time. I might have been in the elevator, but believe you me, I got down on one knee and I prayed to our solstice gods.
Now, because I kind of wish you were just on your way in. Clock turns 5:02 and like Paul Revere, you just start honking and yelling at your neighbors as you pull out, "Happy solstice, one and all!" See a few living room den lights come on and shaking fists out the window as you're throwing York and Pearson's mint patties out as the official solstice candy.
That's what the solstice elves distribute on the day of the solstice. They throw out, Pearsons and Yorks to the good little boys and girls.
Now we need to talk about
so much.
Oh, I can already promise you, we don't have time.
First of all, I mean, this is our first in-person record in 6 weeks. Roughly.
Yeah. I think you're right.
If we sound a little muffled, it's because we are being responsible and wearing masks. So
Yeah.
hopefully that's not an issue for you. If it is, well, then, I don't know, tune back when the global pandemic is over.
At least to my ears, it doesn't sound
Yeah, it
noticeably
sounds
different. But
a
hey,
little bit different, but I think
Yours-
that
yours-
I think people expect it.
right. And you're always going to get those jerk holes like Shike. You know, the audio people
Yeah.
who are sitting there, nitpicking everything. Like, oh, you guys usually do 44-100. This week it sounded a little different.
Yeah. Well, Shike's also a flat earther, so
Yeah, Shike's a real dummy. Shike was talking about your Blue Yeti, how we don't, you work in radio, we don't even know what those 4 buttons meant from last week.
oh, you mean what was it? Boobs, clouds,
no.
a butt.
A Clippy?
Oh, Clippy.
Clouds? I forget what the last 2 even were.
There was a butt. One of them was
One
definitely...
of them was definitely a butt, because if I remember right, I compared it. When you turned it to butt, I said it sounded like you were talking from inside a butt.
Yeah, so really accurate. I mean, good description. Good visualization.
We should address that last week episode briefly here, Steve, because
disaster.
it was a disaster. And I recorded a quick disclaimer, but I feel the need to say it again here today. It was 100% my computer's fault. We've talked about it. I'm using
The old Lenovo.
I'm using a cheap...
Would you pay for that? $40?
Oh, I believe this was like $300. It's the penny. It's got a Pentium Gold.
Oh, Pentium, huh?
You don't go
I heard
higher
that's good.
than you don't go higher than gold.
Oh, you got platinum?
Is platinum higher than gold?
Sure.
Then why don't they have a platinum medal at the Olympics?
Well, I mean, in terms of computers, I think that... or in terms of the Olympics, platinum hadn't been invented yet back in ancient Greece.
So platinum gets to reinvent the not the dais. I'm trying to think of the word of what they use for the platforms.
Yeah.
Of first, second, and third. Computers get to reinvent something that's been developed. I heard like a vibration. That's why I was moving my phone to make sure it wasn't me. It wasn't me. We're liable to have some new things, Steve. This is our first time together in APS 3.3.
3.3?
3.5?
3.2, because
sorry.
What over there on the other side of the room was 3.0.
Yeah.
Then the deck
was 3.1.
was 3.1. The sunroom 3.2. Yeah, so we're in 3.3.
Unless we jump right to 3.5.
Well, look, I mean, let's not get carried away now. We don't want to skip generations. That's
true.
So yeah, this is it's great to be back recording this in person again. Just recording again is it's good to. Good to be back in the routine, even though it's a day that we don't normally record on, and everything's a little bit weird, like you said with the solstice. But the energy is high. I'm excited about this.
Well, and selfishly, it makes it easier for you after this.
It's my chair.
It is your chair.
Listen.
It sounds like you are replicating Microsoft 95 World War II fighters as they go by each other.
Which is crazy, because when we were just on the other side of the room, I'm sitting in the same chair, in the same position at this table. All we did was simply shift everything from one side of the room to the other. I did this every single time.
Oh, sure.
Like, leaned back a little bit, kind of rocked in my chair. This is nothing new. This is the exact motion that I would do for however many 3 years worth of episodes sitting in this room.
Can we have a Microsoft Windows 95
sure.
fighter jet war?
Hold on.
Let me see if I can get mine going.
Oh, now mine won't do it.
It's got to be a weight distribution.
Well, we fixed it. Congratulations, we did it.
But anyway, last week's episode, entirely my fault. What had happened was my computer was having some obvious lag issues, and the Zoom call didn't record like we had intended it to, leaving our only source of audio, our separate recorded streams. So mine with the lag and the issues. Everybody heard what happened.
Yours was missing chunks.
Yeah.
Mine, I think, sounded fairly normal.
Yes. You spent, Steve, from Tuesday and Wednesday hours working on this thing to try to match it up.
At some point, I just had to send you a text and say, sorry, man, I give up. I can't, I didn't have time last week because of stuff from the side gig and stuff going on here. And I was just like, I don't have the, I was ready to scrap it. And then I said, I can send you the files. You can give it a try. And then, so it probably took you 3 or 4 hours?
It was 3.5 hours I sat there trying to piece together, because I took a much more jaded approach. You wanted the episode to make sense.
Yeah.
So when my audio would cut out and a thought or conversation would then be altered, your plan was to scrap that whatever.
Scrap the
30
whole...
seconds,
Yeah,
1
exactly.
minute.
Try and find an edit point that makes sense.
Yeah.
So when you piece it all back together, contextually, there's still some bit of a tail there.
So to peel back the curtain a tiny bit, what I did was listen to most of the duration of the first 20-some minutes, and I would place a mark at each time I could tell my audio would glitch, and then I would try to scour, Steve, your stream to see when the glitch happened, the next statement, your retort to whatever
Right.
I was saying. And then I would simply, all I did, and this
Just
is why...
chop it out?
No, I added silence of that exact length.
Okay.
So what everybody who's listened to that has heard, and I'm sure they're frustrated by it, is anywhere between a half second where a word got cut off to a couple seconds of silence.
Yeah.
But that happened so much that I had to try to remedy almost 95 seconds of these glitches in the first 23 minutes. So thank you to anybody who stuck with it and actually listened to it.
I don't blame you if you didn't.
But the last 35 minutes were perfectly in sync with no glitches. So if you're willing to bear with the first 20 some odd minutes, the weirdness of the way that sounded, and there are still conversations that make sense. It's not, like we're talking about the elevator operator, and then we switch to something totally different from 1 second to another. No, you're just typically missing a thought or a finished sentence from me that then you can kind of hear through Steve's headphones.
Yeah, a little bit.
Through your stream, but whatever. Neither here nor there. Hopefully that won't happen again. We will, if we record that way, we will figure out a way to make it a heck of a lot smoother.
Yeah.
But anyway, that episode is out, and again, I have not sent out these codes for Nicolas Cage's Jiu-Jitsu. So if you still want a digital code for this award winner in the making, you just have to go to our social media at Steve and Kyle and like it there. Steve, I wanted to ask you,
what do you got?
Quickly.
First of all, before you get to that, do you like the new setup?
Not at all.
Okay. All right, moving on.
I don't like change.
Well, bad news because we're moving next month.
Which would be the least surprising news maybe ever. I have this thing where I'm a bit judgmental when it comes to Christmas decorations and the way it's set up.
Oh boy!
So when I pull into the cul-de-sac,
is this gonna be a shot at my my decorating?
No, your decorating's fine because you guys take a minimalistic approach to all of the decorating.
We get the white lights, not the twinklies. We
you wrap your posts on your porch.
Go around the posts, candy cane style on the posts. We go around the front door and then like across the outline of the porch.
Yeah,
pretty simple. We got a wreath on the door,
lit up. I'm sure it looks great.
Yeah, we were talking. I think next year we're going to do the candles in each of the front facing windows. I love the simple, clean look of the candles.
Sure, happy
Looks
Hanukkah.
Great. Yep, 8 candles burning bright. 9 candles.
What? So here's my
8
thing.
or 9.
Because you can't not notice this. When you pull out of your driveway every day and you look across the Zach at Justin with the Y, and Julie with an X.
What's wrong with their house?
And they've got the icicle lights, which
they do have the icicle.
First of all, I'm not going to get into that. The heart can't handle it. Just know that if you at your house right now have those off-white, dangly, and I'm doing air quotes, icicle lights,
right?
Throw them in the garbage and actually decorate your house.
But you're not going to get into it.
I'm not going to get into it. I can't get heated. The heart can't handle it. Bum ticker.
You don't like the icicles, okay?
Theirs go maybe 2/3 across the top of their house, and they just stop.
They don't. I understand what you're saying, but if you... look, there's been a lot of back and forth with me and Justin across the Zach.
That's why I bring this up, because I want to hear if this idiot has an explanation for his garbage decorating.
I need to tell you, because I don't think that this has come up. But in the last couple of months, a true friendship has blossomed.
Oh, goody.
Between me and Justin across the Zach.
What are you guys hobnobbing
we text back and forth all the time.
About the Zach, typically?
About the Zach,
okay.
Yeah. Little Zach discussion. Well, he put up his lights a couple of weeks ago, and Yeah, he's got the icicles, the dangly ones, and he's got stuff going across the front, around the side. It looks very nice. But I do understand why you think that it looks like they only go up halfway.
Yeah, what am I missing?
They're there on the other half. It's just the lights are like the wire is just a different color that blends in perfectly with their house.
I'm going to take a closer look.
So you just can't see it.
Maybe I'll walk over there, get a real close look.
Dude, I feel bad for him because he has had nothing but problems with those lights. So one night...
You should... They're trying to tell you something, Justin, with a Y.
So like 2 weeks ago...
Throw me in the garbage can this week.
About 2 weeks ago, I was out. I think I was taking the garbage down one night. So it's dark out. His lights are on. And I noticed that a section of his lights were out. So I shot him a text. I said, hey, man, just so you know, it looks like one of your strands is out. He's like, oh, okay, I'll check it out. So then the next day, I got home from work, and I think him and his daughter were up on the roof, and they're fixing the lights.
Sure.
So he yells over, are they on? And I'm like, yeah, it looks great, man. Good job. Well, that same back and forth has happened about a half a dozen times over the last week.
Okay.
He fixes one, the other one goes out. He fixes that one, the first one goes out again. He fixes this one, that one goes out. So the other night, now I'm just having fun with it.
Yeah.
So whenever I look out and I see that one of his strands of lights is out, I go out, I stand on my driveway, I take a picture of his house, I go into the edit photo feature, and I circle the part that's out in bright red, and I send it to him, and I was like, come on, man, get your ass together. Like, you're going to be the laughing stock of the cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be associated with that.
It's 2020. The fact that you're climbing up on your roof to fix icicle lights says all you need to know about this guy. You rip them down from the ground, by the way.
Right, yeah.
You don't even need to climb up.
Maybe wrap them around the bumper of your car and then just speed out of the driveway.
And throw those pieces of S in the garbage. Okay? Go get real Christmas lights with energy-efficient bulbs. And
this
not
should be
one
on
of
the pole.
these where if one bulb goes out, you lose 80% of the strand. It's not the 80s anymore. This isn't National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Put it on the pole. Are you anti-icicle light?
Oh, listen, if this isn't a runaway, this podcast dies today.
Boy, and we've been through a lot. That would be shocking if this is the one thing that finally does us in.
I am... Listen, I take my anti-icicle light take seriously. Okay? Because if you're willing to give up and say, yeah, those look great, I don't want to be associated with you around the solstice.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's a...
If you're putting up solstice lights, and that's the best you can do, Solstice Claus is going to leave you in the dust.
Was it Solstice Claus? Was that her?
No. Solstice Sam. Remember, or Solstice...
Seasonal Sammy.
Seasonal Sammy, yeah, and he always had a cup of hot cocoa.
Oh, he had a thermos. Yeah, like the plaid thermos of hot cocoa.
Just an absolute stellar character in the Steve and Kyle universe.
Yeah. Now, next week's episode is going to be the episode for Tuesday, December 29th. That's going to be the year in review episode.
Yeah, so
we're getting together this weekend to record some stuff for it. Fire up the fireplace, sit by the crackling fire, and
I can't wait. I got to go smack the dust off my robe.
Yeah,
and
corncob pipe.
Yep, get the pipe ready and make sure my slippers are warmed.
Could you ever see yourself being a pipe smoker? Yeah, smells great.
Yeah, I think
my friend's dad always used to smoke a pipe, and it's
like when you guys were there.
Yeah,
in the same
well,
room?
he wouldn't smoke it in the house, but out in the garage, that was like, his man zone. And every time you'd go in there, like we'd go in there to get wrenches to work on our bikes or something, and I was like, man, it smells so good in here. And it was always Gary's pipe.
Yeah, and
it
it's
smells
always
so
the
good.
flavored tobacco, and I think it just looks so.
You look distinguished,
vintage and classic,
yeah.
And compared to nowadays, where instead of that, it's like, hey, you want my cereal vape?
No,
I don't. I want you to take a big wad of this gross leaf, smush it into the end of this pipe.
Yeah.
Don't even rinse it out.
No.
Don't scrape it out.
No, it's where the flavor comes from.
And
it's like a cast iron skillet. And you don't wash it.
No, you're just supposed to just scrape the residue off and leave the flavor for later.
Sure.
Same thing as a pizza stone. That's the way you're supposed to do it with a pipe. I think maybe you and I need to become pipe men.
All of our knowledge about pipes, when was the last time you cooked on a cast iron skillet? Never. I'll answer for you.
Well, we have one at home. We use it relatively often.
Really?
Yeah. Wife loves it.
I wouldn't see. I would think that you'd be anti-cast iron skillet.
I'm not touching it. It's a waste of time. I'll get a regular pan and wash it like an adult, rather than you got to let it cool and then scrape only the pieces and then rub it with coconut oil so it doesn't rust. Like, I can promise you, this isn't worth it. Promise. And that'll be on the poll as well as a cast iron skillet. Worth it. This week.
At Stephen Kyle, Facebook and Twitter. Well, no, at Stephen Kyle on Twitter, right? Because Facebook still...
Any day now they're going to get back to us.
It's been at least 6 months since we've been able to post a poll on our Facebook page.
This is typical.
Whatever.
This is one of those polls, though. This is a cast iron skillet worth it, where people forget the podcast, where they forget the show a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And while I have you here, Steve, let me scroll through all the garbage gifts. Which, by the way, they're still coming in. If you haven't received yours by now, send us a message. We can do a quick follow-up to see where it is.
I've seen a lot of messages from people saying,
Delayed.
I got this notification saying that it was going to be delayed for some reason.
Yeah, I've been trying to retweet every single one that comes in, hashtag garbage gifts.
Mm-hmm.
I suggest you just search that hashtag because...
It's all ours.
It's all ours, and it's everything that people have sent to other listeners of the show. Pretty cool to see a lot of the stuff going out.
Yeah.
But let me briefly recap the polls there last week, because I think we had one of those instances I was just talking about where people kind of forget the show.
Yeah.
Are there any elevator operators left?
That
was a big theme last week.
We got a comment from, I think it was Roxy, about this.
Yeah, I think it was on Facebook, Steve.
Yeah, she said that her father was an elevator and escalator repairman, and as late as like the 90s, there was a building in Detroit that he would work on. The elevator was over 100 years old, and there was still a full-time elevator operator.
That's there, and we got a couple comments on Twitter. They're quite common in New York City. Passenger and freight elevators in most buildings used for maintenance, trash moving, and have operators that you call to your floor.
New York City.
Yeah, and then Mindy had told us Tiffany's in New York, which I could see that because they kind of want that uppity. They want that uppity vibe, and you're like,
"Yep,
hi, I'm here to look for engagement rings. Second floor for you, madame.
Second floor going up."
Tiffany's in New York is the elevator where you get in and there's a hot towel.
Yeah,
for no reason.
You feel like it's when you're at a nice restaurant and you dread going into the restroom because you know that there's going to be a dude there with like, "Ooh, would you like some Brute cologne?
Yeah.
How about here, sir? Your hair's out of place. Let me fix that for you." And then you're like, "Dude, I don't carry like, do you take Venmo? I'll give you $3."
I think are we close to bathroom attendants having a little placard on the sink station with their Venmo and QR codes?
Or just one of those square things so they can just swipe a credit card.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't carry cash. I'll get you next time. Well, that's quite okay, sir.
No problem.
Here is my payment. And then we have our friend Brian at Pop Culture Leftovers making a reference I don't understand. Not since Harriet on Family Matters left Perfect Strangers. And that's just...
I saw that, but I couldn't find like the original tweet, and I'm like, I don't know what he's referring to.
Yeah, I still don't. And I mean, I watched Family Matters.
I think Harriet, so the woman who played Harriet
was on a show called Perfect Strangers.
You don't remember Perfect Strangers?
No, that was before my time.
Oh, that was with Cousin Larry and Balky Bartakamus?
You're not helping the cause. I apologize, Steve.
Larry Appleton lived in Chicago.
64% of the audience said, yes, there are elevator operators left.
His cousin Balky Bartakamus, of course, showed up when he hitched a boat from his country Mipos. And then the hijinks that ensue when a guy from a country in the middle of nowhere is suddenly living in the big city.
Hard to see why she left that show.
I think that's got to be streaming somewhere. Can I give you...
What was the Perfect Strangers?
Perfect Strangers. I think that you need to watch a couple episodes and reevaluate things.
Now, was this before like Mork and Mindy? Weren't those two aliens trying to live in the big city or something?
Perfect Strangers was part of the original TGIF lineup. There was Full House, Perfect Strangers.
Boy, oh boy, this thing screams 80s when you're looking at the like the artwork for it.
Yeah.
It claims it's on Hulu, but don't take my word for that.
Well, hey, you're using our Hulu account, so...
Yeah, no, my TV's dead. So it'll never work.
Well, the nice thing is whenever I log into Hulu on our TV, I can also log into your account.
Okay,
So
just go ahead.
Maybe I'll go in there and I'll move them all to like I don't know how Hulu works, like the top of the queue or whatever.
Yeah, make sure that that's on my list or whatever.
I'm sure that
called.
I can restrict it so that's all you can watch.
Right. This is now the Perfect Strangers streaming network.
Right.
Do you tip an elevator operator after successful elevation?
Stupid way to word it.
79% of the audience said no. I think we got 79% cheapskates.
Well, either that or they've never been on an elevator that has an operator because it's 2020.
Would a 16-month deck calendar sell as well as a 16-month covered bridge calendar? Closer than you're going to like, Steve. 55% of the audience said no. Were the apostles known for chiseling the word boobs into rocks? Okay, so this flipped because
Absolutely. This has to be a 100% yes.
This was the one I was worried about. When I had posted it and then a couple days later I was posting whatever else or garbage gifts.
Yeah.
And this thing had popped up. The results were one of these situations where you kind of roll your eyes that we've talked about, where people kind of forget the gist of what we're doing here and having a good time.
Technically.
Yeah, and anytime you're dancing with religion, people tend to take that pretty seriously.
Yeah.
That even if it is a podcast they're listening to that is known for joking about everything, not just your religion, they'll vote against that. But Steve,
know this. Mm-hmm. Your religion is just as stupid as all of the other religions.
Yep. Rest assured, I think just as little of you as the church across the street that you all shake your fist at and threaten to throw holy water on because they think the cave door
right, yeah,
was, granite.
Yeah, their man in the sky is different than your man in the sky. Boy, did you ever see the Invention of Lying? We may have talked
Ricky
about
Gervais
this. Yeah, we may have talked about this.
I have seen it, but it's been a long time.
That movie, it's a really good movie, and it really makes you really makes somebody who's kind of on the fence about religion.
It'll lean you?
It'll definitely lean you one way or the other. I highly recommend it. And I'm not anti-religion at all. I don't know. They're all stories.
I think they're all dumb. 65% of the audience, Steve, said yes, the apostles were known for chiseling the word boobs
good
into rocks. And again, that was all spurred. Thank you again to everybody who sent their gifts and well wishes last week. That was Jake Van Deusen's Get Well card to me.
Yeah, which is
had holiday scripture right on it, or not holiday scripture, but religious scripture right on it, and it had a covered bridge on the front. That's why. No, it's not.
Oh, that's the one that came from.
Yeah, he had. It was a covered bridge one, and if you took my recommendation, you threw it right on the pile of garbage that you were going to take out of the room.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, goody. Oh, good.
There you go. There's the cards that came last week.
Oh, thank you. I'll take these. Now the dog one is coming with me. Okay, because the Stoppy family actually cares about me. Whereas Jake Van Deusen...
I just liked where he drew the little arrow and it just says awesome.
Awesome. Yeah. No, but thank you very much. That is very kind. And on that note, Steve, you and I have got to get to... we've got... First of all, we've got gifts and mail that we need to open. And then we have the staff... gift exchange to take part in this week. So,
so why don't we start with the stuff that was sent in?
Hey folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig.
Never gets old for me.
Leave
Never
a little
gets
bit
old.
of myself in the lab every single time I go down there. So this might be radio show. Or
it could be. Yeah, it could be. Honestly, everything in this file could be.
Boy, that would be a disappointing viewer mail time.
If you open it up,
one's
it's like a Jeep wrench
or something like that.
So does it say who?
It doesn't say who. It's from a company, is what it looks like in Lexington, Kentucky, which typically means somebody bought something and had it shipped. Okay, so this appears to be a gift for you and maybe your daughter. Or it's associated with another gift, Steve. Looks like it's from, again, our friend Leanne.
Let's see. Oh, well, yeah, I guess we opened them in the wrong order now. So
Yeah, now we're all screwed.
You know something? I'm going to set this down here, and I'm going to be surprised when it opens. When we open it.
Is this the bill? Is that what this is? Is this
Yeah.
the bill?
Big thanks to the Brothers Humphrey for throwing a card in the mail for us and not putting enough postage on it. So when I picked it up at the post office from the P.O. box, there was a small envelope with a bill saying that we owed 30 cents.
Yeah. So there's a yellow envelope from Hot Gun saying
It says
Hot Gun
postal
owes.
customer Hot Gun. Your carrier has paid the postage due on this piece of mail so that it could be delivered to you without delay. Please reimburse him by placing 30 cents in this envelope and placing it in your mailbox. No stamps, please. He didn't really pay 30 cents. Like, it's not like Jim, my mail guy, had to go into his pocket.
Yeah, that's not the way that happened.
No.
That's a real weird way to phrase,
Yeah.
you now owe us some money.
Hey, we got a postal insider, Josh Reed. Josh, if you could let us know.
Why is it phrased that way? Because, listen, I'm not getting my hospital bill saying, your surgeon, Dr. Spurlock,
Dr. Smith.
covered the bill for your heart surgery so far, so you now owe us, etc.
Sure.
So this is a gigantic card, which I guess if you don't
like
use the mail, you wouldn't know that cards that usually have multiple layers. And Steve, you might know this from wedding invites, everything like that, where you start getting fancy, where you got like a ribbon around them.
Sure.
That all
Gets
the
thicker,
weight and the
gets
thickness
heavier.
all adds to postage. So Brothers Humphrey, just send us that 30 cents. At your earliest leisure. The special card.
It actually says half of the Brothers Humphrey. Half Brothers Humphrey is the return. Did they split up, do you think?
Well, we're about to find out.
Oh, boy.
It's a get well soon card. This is another card that says, hope you're back to your old self in no time. And inside this card is a
So it's a card within a card?
tiny but heartfelt hug. And it is a cartoon animal that then opens its arms to give you a hug. Nice note from...
Which Humphrey is it?
Of the Brothers Humphrey family, Steve. Stephen Humphrey, Danielle Humphrey, Aiden Humphrey, age 12. Millie, age 10. Layla, age 8. Mason, age 6.
No sign of Jeremy on there, huh?
So how weird is this card? From a grown man to another. My daughter picked it up. By the time you get this, you'll be home. I sent it out way too late, but the thought counts. I'm sorry you had to go through this. I know we're not really friends, but I feel like we are. We've had a beer together. I listen to your life on a weekly basis. If you ever went to hang... Sorry, I'm rambling. So get well, my friend, so you can hold your son and go deny people's dreams. Take care. Hear you soon. Well, that is incredibly nice.
Very nice.
That's a very nice card. Thank you so much.
Come with a gift or anything? Like
To
a
the,
gift card or something?
Yeah, the gift was that yellow from the post office.
So not only does this cost us money, I think you should foot the bill for that.
On to the next one. It sounds...
This one is from our
Thank
friend.
you, seriously, though. Thank you so much, Stephen and family. Those are incredibly
Very nice.
nice words, and far too kind of you to even send that out even late.
So this one here is, I believe that you got a message about it the other day, just checking to see if we did indeed get it. I had picked all this stuff up last week.
Oh, yes, yeah.
This is from Brian Krause, correct?
Oh, our show correspondent on the Jewish front.
Jew. Boy, it sounds...
Just hits the right spot.
All right.
It really does.
Oh, I got a little quiz for you, a little New Hampshire trivia for you. How do you say the town where he's from?
Concord.
Concord, yes, not
Yeah.
Concord.
Yeah, listen here. You're the same people who are Oregon are Concord.
Yeah, that's the one. I don't know which one I am.
I think...
I don't think I say it enough.
start saying Oregon, okay?
Oregon.
Because you sound like a buffoon if you're Oregon.
Okay, so just Oregon, but with an extra syllable.
We've talked about this too, and they've been on the poll. Wasn't it Nevada? Nevada?
Yeah.
Similar to that?
Yeah. Oh, this is exciting. I already know what this is.
Got a card from Mr. Krause.
Mr. Krause sent us a card.
Which, by the way, happy Hanukkah to Mr. Krause and
Oh, he
family.
sent us a.
Whoa! Did he have to hide from
Santa
his wife when he bought this card?
This is a card with Santa Claus talking to a little red cardinal.
Wow!
Hey guys, hope you're enjoying this holiday season. I thought I'd send a few Jewish holiday treats for you.
Very nice.
Now, Jewish holiday treats is in quotes. Is that something we said before?
I feel like it's not. Are they fake Jewish holiday treats? It's the only explanation.
Enjoy the game and chocolate. Still hoping for a speedy recovery for Kyle. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Have a wonderful holidays. Brian Krause. Thank you very much, Brian.
Thank you, Brian. We don't appreciate the use of the word Christmas around here, but we'll allow it because you sent it along with a gift.
Now,
and we make a lot of exceptions when you send us a gift.
I'm pretty confident that you don't have your own dreidel.
Whoa!
But now we do. We have 2 dreidels.
How about that?
Okay, dreidel game rules. Dreidel is a put and take game. You will need some tokens, such as beans, nuts, or pennies to play. All players should begin with an equal number of tokens. Each player will begin by putting a token in the center. Each player will take a turn spinning the dreidel. When the dreidel stops spinning, it will land on one letter. That letter means the player gets nothing. Another letter means the player takes half the tokens. Another letter means the player puts a token in the pot. And the final letter means the player wins all the tokens. When a player loses all of his tokens, they are out of the game. The last remaining player is the winner. Now, you will note that the reason I was saying that letter, the next letter, and the other letter...
Because you can't obviously tell what those are. That looks to be an exterior bracket. And then...
Now, it's a shame that, we have the dreidels, but we don't have the tokens. Oh, yes, we do.
Oh!
Look at that. We got our own little... dreidel playing tokens right here. They have the menorah on them.
Yeah, they're actual milk chocolate, though, Steve. So
ooh, hey there.
That they're going to last until we get to play dreidels. Pretty well around here.
These things are good as gone.
Pretty slim. The options that these are going to last, Brian. That is far too kind.
Thank you, Brian. That is definitely my first dreidel.
Let me see if I can give these.
Give it a spin, man. Give it a whirl.
I don't know if I've seen a.
I think it's
are
just
dreidels wooden.
I think so.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I think maybe your traditional dreidel is wooden. I don't know why I'm saying that. Like I have any clue.
Yeah. Okay, so it's Gimel, and I know I'm saying these wrong. Would be the first one.
Gimel
or none.
None, shin,
and hay.
And hay. All right.
These things are a little whirl here, huh?
You know, my buddy, a friend of mine from high school, Tracy. He listens to the podcast, and he is of the Jewish faith. And he texts me from time to time saying, "Hey, listening to the podcast, Tracy, let us know how our pronunciation was on all that stuff."
Okay, 0 for 1 on the dreidel spinning by.
Hold on. Oh, look at this one.
Wow.
Oh, I got a Gimel. What's that mean? What do I get?
It means you get a... I definitely destroyed the back of that.
Oh, it's over here.
To open it, so you're not going to be able to read that.
Okay, I got a Gimel.
Okay, I'm a Oh, hey! I got a none.
I don't know which one this is.
I think that means you put tokens in.
Okay.
Stupid game anyway, right, Steve?
It really got to me.
No, that is incredibly kind, Brian.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that.
I love it.
This will find a place in the new studio when that happens.
Now, Steve, I'll let you open this because I'm guessing it's associated with that first package from Leanne.
I don't know. I forget what was in that package.
I don't even know what was in it. I just saw a note that said something that seemed like it was for you.
Okay, what do we got here? Find the note. Oh, this is for you, Kyle, to enjoy during your downtime. Get well soon, listener Leanne.
Oh, wow.
From Leanne.
Okay, well, I apologize then, Steve. I pawned it off on you without, before I even considered it. It is a book.
What is it?
Garbage. Right in the garbage.
This is a Covered Bridge coloring book. Yeah. And hold on one second.
There was a second package that...
No. Where's the card that we got from...
From Leanne?
No, from last week. The hand me that Covered Bridge card.
Good. It's all going to the garbage pile then.
Oh, I thought for sure they were the same one.
Well, it's because they all look the same, Steve. It's crappy lumber over a creek.
It's an adult coloring book of covered bridges.
So are the covered bridges on fire and there's like burning, oxen that have fallen below it?
it's not your traditional coloring book. These are just black and white photos.
Sure.
So do you just color over the black and white photos?
Well, I can tell you
Oh,
what
this is nice.
I am going to
There you
do,
go.
which is none of that.
Here, and
Okay.
here you got your... Oh, look at these.
It's crayons.
Yeah, these are nice.
Could have got.
I don't know what this is here.
Could have got me a nice one for animal antics. I'm looking through their other options. There's even fantasy women. I would have taken handsome hunks. Arches. Literally just arches. Motocross madness?
I mean, that's one thing that you're definitely into.
There's only a few of these adult coloring books that I would have liked less than this. One of them's vintage horses. The only thing good about vintage horses is I know they're all dead. And horse country are the two. Oh, I'm sorry, hang on. Horses and ponies in grayscale.
Hey folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig.
Thank you so much to everyone who sent stuff in. The brothers, or half of the brothers, Humphrey, Brian Krause, our wonderful friend Leanne.
Cross this bridge at a walk, yeah, no kidding.
Even though Kyle may be ungrateful, I am very thankful that you sent that to him, knowing that he has to take that home with him.
Like, look at this uppity turd with these stupid designs on the top. Like, you probably can't even, it's too much weight on top. It's for looks only. A pile of garbage this whole thing is. This one just slapped a picnic table in the middle because it can only handle 4 people unless you want it to collapse into the creek.
Well, Kyle, now we move on to what may be the most wonderful part of the year. The moment we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, it is.
We've been watching as everyone else has gotten their solstice gifts.
Yeah. Now, Steve, do you have... Because, listen, as we grow, the staff around here grows. Do you have any hints yourself about who you may have gotten you in the gift exchange
I
this
don't
year?
know, but I'm confident that I know who got you.
It's difficult because a lot of times you walk around the office, and at least around here, since I sent out that Steve Harvey memo, a lot of people don't like to look at me anymore. Yeah. So I can't tell if they're being shy because they don't want me to pick up on the idea that they're my solstice Santa.
Yeah.
Or if it's because I told them if they look at me, they're fired.
Sure, yeah, it's tough. I mean, when you put out a memo like that...
You can never be sure.
Never be sure.
You can never be sure. But Steve, you said you're pretty certain you know. Now, I don't want you to give it away.
No, of course
you're
not.
Certain, you're certain you know who got me.
Well, they confided in me. And they told me a tale that, I mean, when I tell you the story, it's going to be like I was there.
Well, it's probably like they confided in you because, again... You give the boss a crappy solstice gift, you're liable to get shuffled out the door.
The amount of detail that I know about yours is shocking.
Wow.
So what do we do? Do you want to spin a dreidel to see who goes first?
Let's spin a dreidel. And anything over one line.
Okay, spin them on 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I'm just a terrible dreidel spinner.
Okay, I got a shin. What'd you get?
It's a hey.
Okay, so what...
We didn't talk about any rules. Does high Percy... Now,
all right.
You have 3
You know something?
Legs.
Hay beats shin.
Hay beats shin.
Hay beats shin.
So does that mean I open first?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, did you want to tell me what the giver has
No.
informed you about this gift?
Well, they... No,
Okay.
I will not. Not until after you have it open, because it may confuse you at first.
Is it this red bag?
It is, yes.
Okay. Red bag with some nice tissue paper in there.
Oh, yeah. Pick it up. You got to feel the...
There's
feel
some
the
weight to it. There is some serious weight.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So it looks to be a book. A bound book. Like you'll go to a...
Yeah, like if you're at a convention or something.
Yeah. Oh, wait. You don't need an explanation. I can tell on the front who this is.
That's Donnie Doors.
That's Donnie Doors. So you're telling me, a paper copy that Donnie no doubt had his children bind for all of the door tricks that Donnie has and has.
Door Tricks to Get Them Fixed, I believe, is the name of the book.
Wow.
Now
we're talking sanding paint off of the corners. We're talking molding. We're talking gaskets. We're talking plumb. And we're talking ghost doors.
Now, it's funny how you said that Donnie no doubt had his children bind by hand.
Yeah.
Your solstice partner, your solstice giver, filled me in on a little information.
Okay.
When they went online to order the book.
Now, we talked about this before when we were talking about me fixing my doors. Mm-hmm. Donnie Doors had a YouTube channel, but they started to redirect to his website. I forget what the website is.
Yeah.
But it's where they were selling Donnie Doors stuff.
His life's work. A 200-page book about fixing doors. The first 55 or 60 pages of which are an index.
Oh my God. No, you're not kidding. There's revisions, there's prefaces.
Yeah.
There's introductory notes.
There are Roman numerals that I've never seen before.
Boy, that feels unnecessary for a door book.
So your solstice giver went to the website, ordered the book, just click, 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 not really paying attention.
Sure.
Paid by PayPal. And then your solstice...
Donnie Doors have PayPal?
Then your solstice giver thought, that's strange, they didn't ask me for a mailing address. Huh. Okay, well, let's read into this a little further. Again, this is after the money had been spent. Then your solstice giver learned that it was a downloadable PDF. Which was a little shocking to your solstice giver.
So he was selling...
So your solstice...
A downloadable PDF.
Your solstice giver was then left in the awkward position of, does he or she simply forward a PDF to you?
Sure.
Or does he or she go the extra mile, use up 200 pieces of printer paper at his or her employer...
What do you think it is, a half a ream?
And then go to the FedEx Kinko's around the corner. And then he asked, or she asked, them to bind it for them.
Oh my God. In the history of things, that FedEx or Kinko's has received asked to bind. And I'm sure they've gotten people's, hey, this is my manuscript. Hey, this is my life's work.
And the
people can't wait to tell the FedEx Kinko's person about what they're binding, because they're excited. This is a culmination.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas my solstice giver was probably shielded in some shame at what they were having bound at this Kinko's.
Let me just tell you that he or she tried not to make eye contact, just stood back, let the binders do the binding. Now another thing is, your solstice giver also forwarded me the email that was sent.
Like confirmation?
Yeah, confirmation email. Thanks from Door Tricks. Already don't like it because thanks and tricks are both with an X.
Yeah, listen, Donnie's with the times.
Steve, or whoever...
Giver.
It may have been sent to. I'm just filling in my name here.
Right. Placeholder.
Thanks for purchasing my ebook. Would have been nice to know it was an ebook beforehand. Door Tricks. I hope you find it comprehensible, accessible, and most of all, useful. Well, then you will see the beautiful Door Tricks graphic that is a door with magic coming out of it.
It is. It's a bunch of clip art starbursts that they have coming out from an open door.
Should you have any questions, comments, or criticisms, don't hesitate to use this email address, especially if you have difficulty acquiring the book. Again, would have been helpful beforehand.
Sure.
This is the line that really gets me, and your solstice giver.
Yeah.
And feel free to share this PDF with whomever you please.
Well, Donnie...
So I, or someone like me, had to pay for it, but you're giving it away for free, Donnie? Come on.
So Donnie's all about the door. The money's a nice secondary gift.
After all... The more folks there are who know how to fix doors, the better off we all are. Ain't that the truth?
Donnie's preparing to
Ain't
die.
that the truth?
Donnie's hoping to pass on his door legacy to some nice solstice givers.
Also note that Door Tricks is a completely interlinked PDF. Click on a cross-reference, table of contents, or index entry, and you are transported there. Then click on the previous view button and you'll be right back to where you started. Beyond that, there are bookmarks found on the left of each page, expandable and completely interlinked. They can help you navigate through the Door book.
Wow.
So may you read the book in good health and, I trust, enjoy it. Sincerely, Don Spencer, a.k.a.
Donnie Doors.
Donnie Doors.
Donnie Doors leaves that with saying, hopefully you'll enjoy it. Donnie can't really think people are buying this to enjoy it.
Now, there was also the option to buy it on Audible. Can you think of a book that would be less interesting than a book about fixing doors?
I mean, this guy laid out his book. I'm on chapter 4.5.2, where if the door latches, you got to reinstall your stop molding. Like, I would not have guessed, Steve, before this thing was just bestowed upon me, that there were this many door problem possibilities.
Look, there are 200 pages worth of door problems.
We certainly could have used this with the double price, half-size Hobbit door.
Yeah, definitely.
In ABS 2.0. We could have, shifted through the glossary and decided, hey, maybe we need to estimate the distance to move the hinge and then pull the stop molding before we extend the hinge pocket. Boom, door now works.
Look, Donnie Doors has got it all. Well, hopefully, that's a wonderful gift from your solstice.
That is a
giver.
tremendous gift. Thank you very much to whoever on staff was so kind and thoughtful, knowing that I was having just door issue upon door issue this year. That is incredibly thoughtful and good to know that you've listened to the podcast a little bit to know what we have going on, Steve. Steve, here is...
Oh, well, what is that over there?
Looks like somebody dropped off your solstice gift.
Oh, boy. To Steve from Solstice Clause.
Now, that looks like an actual wrapping paper compared to, what was that, a few years ago when that jerk on staff wrapped your gift in the tube after the wrapping paper ran out.
Oh, boy. What could it be?
That could be anything.
I mean, it could be more Hanukkah money. Could be candy. Could be maybe a telescope.
Oh, yeah. It's good. The best time of the year right here, Steve.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Oh, wow. Somebody was nice enough to send you, looks like a box of Good and Plenties. Oh. And I wonder where those could have come from.
And what? Kenny Rogers Roasters mask.
Wow. Look at that.
RB. What is this? Who's RB?
It looks like it's the logo that ships out with our merch.
Oh, of course it is.
From Redbubble.
Oh, look at that.
That is the official logo there of Kenny Rogers Roasters.
Hold on. I can't just sit here.
It's got that new mask smell, I'm guessing, on it. Hopefully it's elastic and doesn't just rip.
Oh, it's
look
like
at that.
It's like a piece of cardboard.
Kenny Rogers Roasters, that is the world's, what does it say, world's greatest chicken.
World's greatest chicken.
And Kenny Rogers' face.
Oh, boy.
Has it got that new mask smell?
Sure smells like chemicals.
It's clean, Steve, if it smells like chemicals.
So was this... No, obviously you...
No, I am not in the know, but I can give you knowledge about the roasters.
I wonder where... was this a custom-made one, or did they...
I believe that is accessible, Steve, on the World Wide Web. I mean, that's a universally renowned logo for, the Kenny Rogers Roasters chicken chain. And then, it looks like they just lumped in a box of Good and Plenties that definitely don't look like they were given to someone else about 5 weeks ago.
Boy, I mean, the true spirit of the solstice season lies in regifting. Hey, how about we?
I just got the mask on, and it's a safety issue, so
I have to take this off because I'm actually tasting it.
You can keep your good and plenty licorice candy on that side of the table, Steve. Because, I mean, what a thoughtful gift, though. Everybody's looking for licorice candy in pink and white.
Yeah.
And you're lucky enough to have that. So now when you see Steve out and about, you'll recognize him because he'll be the only person on the planet who has a Kenny Rogers Roasters.
Come on, you do one, I'll do one.
This is a mistake. Fine. Okay. Hang on. Let me tell you what one is.
All right, I guess I'll go pink.
All right, I'll go white.
Okay.
Oh, those are hard. Ah, that's a terrible candy.
Oh my God.
What a horrific candy. Who would desire this flavor?
Mine tastes like black licorice.
Mine does too. So that's the flavor of all of them?
Boy, what a waste. What a waste of a candy factory.
When people buy these?
Well, I mean, they still sell them. Somebody must be.
Still mowing on mine.
Oh my, this is the worst thing I've ever eaten.
Yeah,
I ate a ham sandwich that you made me one time.
Well, that doesn't seem fair.
Was it just me, or did you also put you put ketchup on that ham sandwich too?
No, it's mustard on the ham sandwich. Okay. Grown up. Okay, well, the Good and Plenties are certainly an experiment. They can't all surprise you like Chuck E. C. Jr.'s.
No, not at all. Well, another glorious solstice season is in the books. Thanks to everybody, both here on the staff and out there in the listening audience that participated. I think we were, surprisingly, we had almost as many people this year as last year. I think we were like within one or two.
Yeah, we were pretty close.
I thought we were going to be way off this year just because of everything going on. A lot of people, priorities are elsewhere. So it was nice to see that so many people took part in it. Again, if you haven't received your solstice gift yet, just give it a little bit of time. I know a lot of people were having some issues with...
Yep, shipping is delayed this year, it seems, all around.
Very much so. Very much so.
Right.
So I shipped something out to both my mom and my dad last week. I paid for it to be there today. Do you think it'll be there today? I sent it out on like Thursday.
It should be. If you're paying for that 3-day priority, I'm assuming those are the front of the line type of deliveries.
All right. Well, look, Josh Reed, I got a bone to pick with you then.
Uh-oh, they're not there.
Well, I'm not sure yet. I haven't checked the tracking on it, but my mom had sent us a box with some gifts for Evelyn.
Uh-huh.
And it showed up yesterday, it showed up on Saturday, and it's got the USPS tag on the front of it. It says expected delivery 12/12.
Oh.
It was delivered on 12/19.
Oh,
she can get a refund for that, right?
If you paid for priority, you would think you should be able to get at least a partial refund for paying for the priority portion of priority shipping.
Sorry, Josh. Looks like your bonus is going to be about $22 less this year.
Tell Uncle Sam to cough up that part of your bonus going right to Steve's wallet.
Man, what a day we've had here. We have covered bridge coloring books. We got door tricks.
Evelyn is super excited already, I'm sure, for the coloring book that Leanne sent her.
We each have dreidels.
These are fantastic, Brian. I never knew they were wood. I never knew dreidels were wood.
Yeah.
I just assumed metal. I don't know why. There's no reason for that.
Who knows?
This is why we have Brian on standby to keep us informed for all Jewish-related matters. So thank you very much, Brian. Happy Hanukkah to you and yours. Happy solstice, Steve.
Happy solstice to
you
as well.
If you sell, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. If you guys celebrate Christmas, however you're doing so, please enjoy it. Stay tuned here next week for the year in review episode.
Yes.
Where I know people prefer the megasode. It might end up that way. We're going to see how much content we have. And if it's 4 hours, listen, we're not pop culture leftovers. We might do a couple. We might split that up into 2 during 1 week. So stay tuned. That's coming next week. Honestly, the ability to be able to look back at some of this stuff from this past year, I'm excited. I look forward to it every year. So please listen next week.
Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Steve Kyle. You can take the latest polls. Also at Steve Kyle. Thanks again for everyone participating in the 5th annual Steve and Kyle podcast, Cloak and Dagger non-denominational winter solstice gift exchange. We look forward to the big number 6 next year. That's a big anniversary.
Everybody talks about it.
Everybody talks about the 6.
It's the like 8% of a bicentennial or something.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's what everybody says.
6 is 8% of a bicentennial.
It's not even close. Bicentennial's 200. I'm not even remotely close. I'm 3% there. Ridiculous.
It wouldn't be an episode without some terrible math. Talk to you next week.
Thank you to everybody. Talk soon.